Oops. Hello, beautiful ones. My earrings are turned the right way. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Let me see. It is 10:30. I'm a little bit late. I first want to apologize. I didn't do a live this past Sunday, and usually if I can't, right? If I need a rest or just got too busy or, feel sick or anything, I usually will put in my community tab. I'll put that there's no live. So I'm just popping on. Nobody knows I was going to be live here. Let me close some tabs. How are you all doing with the first half of the first month of the new year? Hey. So yeah, this is an impromptu live. I thought what I could do. Let me just turn off my cell phone here. Let's slide to power off. Hey y'all. So yeah, totally impromptu. I think it's about 4 o'clock on the East Coast. Actually, I'm not sure. Wait for. Oh no, it's about 6 o'clock. Okay, so it's around dinner time. Hey y'all. Hello, hello, hello. It is Viv here. I thought I would just pull some cards, perhaps, just closing tabs. I thought I would pull some cards. So I am still in the UK, share a little bit about what I'm up to. Um, I have a short video for channel members. And I also want to ask here, like, what are you working on for 2026? What are you up to? I really need to like reconnect with the energy of the channel of Yoga Bliss Dance and just get back into it. So I've been a little bit distracted because I did start a second channel that I'm putting. Let me, yeah, I'll just tell you guys directly. So I started a channel, you guys, just to, well, I don't want to say to play with. I started a channel that I am also excited about just because it's kind of detailing what I'm doing now. I didn't want to put it on this channel because you guys know this channel is more about spirituality and wellness. And when I would put videos about traveling on here, they didn't do well. And so I'm just going to put it in a separate place, right? And that's fine because it's almost like if I had a cooking channel and then I started to talk about travel, or it was a travel channel and then I started to talk about like yoga. So I totally get it. So say hi. Say hi. You entered the room. I always love that Stephanie Perry always says, it's like you came into a room and there's one person there. That is me, right? You wouldn't just like ignore them and stay on the other side of the room. I mean, you might. So say hello if you're watching. I see a few folks are here. So it's Viv if you're new to my channel, and I do teach on holistic wellness and meditation and spiritual stuff and woo-woo stuff, woo-woo and wellness. But I was just sharing, I did start another channel. Let me just put the handle. It's called The Quiet Broad. Abroad. I wanted to use that old name. How do you spell abroad, guys? Abroad. Abroad. I'll just put the link in there. Please check it out, but only if you're interested in that. It's mostly aimed at women over 50 and 60 who want to move abroad or expat or even just slow travel. Okay, so slow travel. So if you're interested in that, please, and you're a woman, you've got a niche on YouTube. Okay, you've got a niche. And I'm thinking of starting each video by saying, hey, broads, but I don't know. So I wanted an old word like broads, kind of just to play on it, like from old movies that I would watch growing up, right? Where women were broads and there was like, oh, she's a tough broad. Yeah, I don't know, like old black and white movies. So anyway, who's here? Let me know you're here. Type in the chat, unless you're driving, of course. I think I'll pull some cards. I'd already laid out some cards for myself, you guys. But I can reshuffle them. And maybe I'll just talk a little bit about, I was doing a series where, because I want to encourage you to trust your intuition. And I started a series on like difficult tarot cards. So maybe I'll just show you some and talk about them a little bit. Okay. Again, I'm going to wait till you say hi. And I had some chamomile tea, just finished it. I probably want to make another cup. And I want to do readings. So, but I've got to know who's here and how you're doing. And I really didn't come in with a specific topic. So the things I'm sharing and I can answer about, again, not on this channel though, but again, check out Quiet Broad Abroad. If you are a woman, maybe coming up to retirement or over 50 and you want to slow travel, that's what I'll be talking about. I'll be talking about being an expat or an immigrant, and or trying to retire abroad. Okay, those will be those topics, but on here we keep it spiritual. All right, so I see some folks who are just lurking. They're shy. They're, they don't want to like say anything publicly. So yeah, I pulled some cards today, and maybe what I'll just share the reason. So I'm not a tarot channel, though I was doing tarot readings just because I was like, oh, that kind of fits. But I do so much more than tarot, so I have pulled back again. I will do an intuitive sort of channeling and message, and I did that this month. Let me see. So do check it out if you haven't seen it yet. It's Spirit Message. Growth in 2026 starts with two things, and I share what those two things are. That Spirit just said to me, this is the qualities that women who identify as the divine feminine or are interested in the divine feminine actually need to exude and grow into. So do watch that video. Here, let me put, hold on. Let me put a link to it. I'll put a link to it because some of you haven't seen it yet. But I feel like there's a lot going on in the States. I am in the UK, but I want to know, how are you doing? How is the first part of the month? So yes, I just shared the video that is about the two qualities. If you really want to manifest what you desire, right? Let me know if this resonates with you. And I know it'll also attract women that it does resonate with. But I do believe we're in co-creation with spirit. I've always said that, like all through the years from my earliest videos. And so you do really need to have some idea what you want to manifest in this year. Okay. Now I know things look really, really crazy. And I'm absolutely not saying what some YouTubers say just to get views, which is like, oh yeah, I manifested, $10,000 in 30 minutes, or do this and this will happen. So I've never been that sort of fake fluff channel. I talk about intuition. So let me know if you want to know more about developing your intuition. I do also like to talk about manifestation. So I'm excited. I'm eating more in the UK. Prices are, I'd say, almost as high as the US. And I am slow traveling. So again, if you're interested in that, do check out my new channel. But here we're going to just keep it to the spiritual topics. So I'm just thinking if I want to just hold up certain cards and talk about them a little bit. But if you're here and if you would like a card draw, and you're going through something, okay, whatever you are going through, I really do want to know. So I'm thinking I might actually wait a little bit. And yeah, if you're watching, I'll pull a card for you and intuitively dive into what you may be going through, okay? Now, this is what I usually do on Sunday. Like I said, I miss Sunday, but I am here now and just wanted to come live. So, and I'm hesitating to pack up my cards because they were really good. Let me talk about some really positive tarot cards. Hold on. Yes, I want to talk about what, if you pull tarot for yourself, goddess, some really good ones. So one of the main ones that's a really good card is this card, the Magician card. Okay. It is a very positive card. When I see it in a spread upright, it means that the person is really claiming their magical self. My website, some of you may know, is called In the Flow of Magic. I know I'm not branded properly. I don't have everything matching. But if you pull a card for yourself, or tarot card, In the standard deck, this magician card is very much about saying you have the power as above, so below, and you have the power to create whatever you desire. Okay, so this would be a very good card to come up. Reversed, it's not like super negative. I tend to read this in a reading that the person is not aware of their own power. They're feeling disempowered. So this could come up with other cards. It could be someone who's maybe in a toxic relationship, someone who is in maybe a job they don't like, or a situation where they're not being treated well, but they actually have power. So if you pull this card, that's some of the interpretations of it. But in either way, it's a really good card. Okay. I'm going to show you another card that in the tarot deck, again, if you pull a daily card for yourself, or what I recommend is actually pulling 3 cards, almost like the flow of your day, like a past, present, future. This is also a major arcana, and the Justice card. Hey, if you're just joining, if you would like me to pull a card for you, and I would pull it from from a different deck, I think, not from the regular tarot, let me know. This card, if you pull it for yourself, it can have several meanings. Actually, I've surprised myself sometimes when I pull this card in a reading, because I'll always say it can have a legal, like the person is in a legal case, like there's a case going on. And often the times that I've said that, and I did not know about it, people have said to me, yeah, this can come up like if you're going through a divorce case, a child custody case, any sort of legal proceeding, the Justice card can come up. Upright, it's really good. Okay, this is how I would read it, and it is read, though there's a little bit of a dark side as well. Hi, know before you go. Hello, hello. Yeah, thank you. Let me just put up. Good evening to you too. It's almost 11 here. Okay. I know, I think it's like 6 on the East Coast. So this card, though, in the regular tarot, and that's what I'm using the standard tarot, which, by the way, was created. This is probably literally the most famous art in the world, or the most widely distributed, like even probably more than like the Mona Lisa or anything like that, honestly. And I'm not just saying that. I think I was reading that somewhere like official. This was drawn by Pamela Coleman Smith, and she was a mixed race woman who I think was from Jamaica. Does anybody know? And it's funny because it's called, now people are calling it the Coleman Smith Waite deck, but typically it was just called Rider Waite, who were like the 2 men who commissioned her. But the artwork was done by a woman who was, I think her nickname was Pixie, and she was very bohemian, and she definitely was from the Caribbean and like, mixed heritage. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. So this most famous tarot deck that most of them are based on was actually created by a woman who was of African descent. And I think, I think she was in Paris. Again, somebody put it in the comments afterwards. Maybe I'll look it up. But this is a good card. The dark side of this card, if you pull it for yourself, or if I have a reading for someone, it can mean if you have been up to some shady business and this card comes up, it can also mean like you're coming to justice. Now, guys, I don't tend to read it like that. So if I were doing a reading for you, if it's upright, it's positive. Now, if it comes up reversed, I tend to read that as there is some sort of legal issue, and you're not going to like win. Okay. Let me take that down. So, or there's a complication with it. But yeah, this is generally a very good card. Let me see. Let me show you, and I have one more major arcana card that actually, this is just that I had pulled for myself. This is also a very, very good card. Hey, if you're just joining, if you would like me to do a mini reading for you, let me know in the chat. And this is completely impromptu. It is not planned. And so I missed my Sunday live that I usually do. So I thought, hey, the numbers are going up. So yeah, nobody knew I was going to come live, but I just felt like doing it. And those of you just joining, I did start a new channel and I'm going to put it up on here. It's called Quiet Broad Abroad. Spirit was like giving me that name, the Broad Abroad. Somebody has it. Because I wanted an old word because it's for women like over 50 who are traveling, whatever, whatever. Check it out. Only subscribe though, guys, if guys, ladies, you know what I mean. In English, we use guys generically, which is interesting. We don't call a group of guys, hey gals, right? But yeah. Um, check it out if you are interested in slow travel or just traveling abroad or expatting abroad or moving abroad. Let me know how you're doing though. I mean, I genuinely mean that. If you watch my channel regularly, I'm Viv. If you're new, I want to know how you're doing with all the stuff that is going on in the US. You know, let me know. Okay, absolutely. I will. This is another really good card if it comes up in a reading or in like a daily draw. As it looks like, it's very much about a fresh start, a restart, a reset of your life. So this card can come up. Let me tell you some examples of how a card like this would come up. It means you're beginning again. You've gotten a new opportunity. So it could be a job offer, right? It could be a job offer. It could be an opportunity to step forward in some way. But again, it's like starting fresh, something that may have felt dead, like maybe you restart your art career. Art always comes to my mind, or you restart, maybe you were a nurse and you stop to raise your children and you go back into the medical field. This could come up in a reading for you. It's like there's opportunity for you to begin again. Okay, so it's a really good card as well. All right, good. All right, so I will pull. Hey, if you're just joining, it's Viv. I am a meditation teacher and holistic stress coach, and I talk about wellness and woo-woo on this channel. And you guys, I'm so glad you're here. I do apologize because be honest, I got really excited about starting a new channel because I'm very creative and I get really excited about new ideas, right? I should just say it's ADD and ADHD. I'll just say ADD, it's easier. I literally, at my age, am realizing that I do very likely have ADD or ADHD. See, even that, I'm like, which one? It's both. Oh, I don't know. So if you can relate, let me know in the chat, right? Because I've always been like that. I get bored easily, but I have the hyper focus where if it's something I'm interested in, especially if it's creative, I can work for hours. Let me know if any of you, either now or the replay folks, let me know because I'm really just discovering that, seriously. And I'm like, we didn't have you guys, what's the word? What's the word that we now use when somebody's like brain processing is different? I can't even think of what that word is, or like it's a two-word phrase. I am the what is the phrase when somebody's brain doesn't process necessarily in like a standard way? When I was growing up, there was no phrase for that. So I'm a little annoyed. I'm like, people are like, oh, I'm blah blah blah. I'm like, get over yourself. There've always been people like that. There is just no name for it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm serious. I'm not being mean to neuro. I'm like neurodivergent. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Right. I'll give you just little weird things about the brain. I and I've talked to a couple people now who say they can do this. At some weird point, I realized that I could kind of mirror write and so I was left-handed at birth. Whenever I was left-handed, but I'm from the Caribbean. And again, let me know if any of this resonates with you, if you've had this. And so being left-handed was bad. And I think in the old days, in some places, they'd even tie your hand behind you. Craziness. So I was left-handed, but I was switched to right. And so that's even like one of the things. I mean, not obviously not everybody who's neurodivergent, but um, yeah, yeah. But we didn't have a word for that. Thank you. Thank you, Magic Mary. We didn't have a word for that, guys. There was no, oh. when you're in third grade, oh, you have ADD. Let's do some tests. No, I was in Jamaica. The teachers were like, bam. I think they did it with rulers. They'd hit you with a ruler. I don't remember. I was only ever like hit once, and I went home crying. And I'm pretty sure my dad went to that school and just caused some serious, I don't even want to say. My dad was a little bit of like a gangster back in the day. So I'm going to pull a card. Now, those of you who are new to me know more. I'm going to pull from this deck, you guys, the Animal Spirit deck. I have been sort of being told a little bit to get more into shamanism. And I've been reluctant to, honestly, on this channel. I have, because I think that most of my viewers are just don't really get shamanism. But yeah, so neurodivergent. Thank you guys. And yeah, ADD. Let me read some of your comments. Same, and that's crazy. Monday, I asked my doctor if I could get tested. I'm intuitive, so I just randomly talk. I used to do this when I had my yoga studio. I would be saying things while I'm teaching the class, and I would literally be like picking up stuff for people. And afterwards, they'd tell me, but it would just come out of my mouth. I wouldn't necessarily know, oh, Susan needs to know this, or you see what I'm saying? It would just come through. So yeah, that's weird because I don't even know why I was even talking about that. You asked your doctor. So I'm gonna say, sure, to get tested. Get tested. There's a woman, you guys should really check her out. Her name is Glo Antonomo. I'm just really vibing with her right now. Glo Antonomo. She lives in like Bali, between Bali and Thailand. She's just really cool. She's like a coach and like business, and she helps you get started on YouTube. And I just really vibe with her. She's a Christian, which I'm not anti-Christian, but I'm not like she's like, Bible verse Christian. And and I say this just because not like they can't go together. She's very, she's very open-minded. Her husband is from some like Romania, or he's from some Balkan country. She's like a deep chocolate brown woman. She's kind of, she's a curvy girl. And she has some great videos on Black women's experience dating abroad. So I'm just telling you, my audience is diverse. I know that's not all of you, but check her out, Glo Antonomo. And I didn't necessarily spell her name right. But if you put in what I Antonomo, she'll come up. She's got really long braids, and she's cool. I had first run into her years ago. But she wasn't really on YouTube. I don't even remember, guys. But she's back on YouTube now, and she inspired me. She actually inspired me to start my second channel, because some of you're not necessarily interested in leaving the United States. I'm not going to say more about that. I want to just stay giving my attention actually to the positive. I've never seen a president of the United States. Apparently, our current president gave the finger to someone. Guys, I'm serious. If I were a Republican, I swear to you, I'd just be like, this is still not proper behavior. It isn't about political party. There's a way that you treat people. So I'm sorry, I just do have to share that. Um, but yeah, supposedly our president just gave the middle finger to someone who, yes, was shouting out something. But can you imagine President Obama? Tell me you can really picture Obama like giving somebody the finger who yelled or heckled him. Any other president. I have lived through many, many presidents, starting from Jimmy Carter. Not a single one of them would publicly. Now, I'm not saying they wouldn't do it, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about behavior here. I'm talking about morality. So I'm truly asking you. I'm not just up here like, ooh, I do cards, because I'm some card readers, and I get it. They will not mention anything on their channel. They're just like stay focused. Um, there's a girl I like. I don't think a lot of you would like her. Her name is Witch and Scythe, Scyth. She doesn't usually show her face, but her readings are, and she's like this collective, her readings are on point for me. So check her out if you vibe with her. Um, And she says her readings are timeless, and that's something I toyed with, guys, but I just didn't, I don't know, I'm still toying with it as a way to include my intuition in this channel without becoming a tarot only channel, without having to do a tarot video every day. I can't. So I don't want to start that. Gigantic mosquitoes in here, even though it's like winter. Okay. Global warming, because we should not have mosquitoes flying around in January. Like, I don't think that's normal. Anyway, I'm shuffling. So the person I'm going to pull for, let me go back up and see who it was. Know before you go. I will do a mini reading. So I want to start talking a little bit more about shamanism. I've been getting that I am to connect more with my ancestors. When you do shamanic work, specifically, typically you have an ancestral ally that works with you. You also have what are called like animal allies. So you guys give me a yes or say, just write shamanic if you are interested at all. And I don't mean just you who are live, and the numbers have gone up as YouTube has sent out an announcement. Oh, she's live. Do you want to check it out? Just say shaman if you're interested at all in that type of content, because my problem with the channel is I have to be interested in what I'm talking about. And that's been for me trying to figure out what am I interested in to talk about that you guys want to know about. And that's been the problem for me. Plus, and again, guys, I'm always, if it seems like I hesitate to say something, it's because of the environment we're in right now. But I was working on, exiting the US, okay? That is what I was working on the last like 4 months. Okay, so that's why I haven't been putting out videos as regularly. So let me know how you feel. Yeah, Sade says yes. Yeah, I mean, complex. It's really hard. I feel like the world is a bit on fire. And actually, for me, it does touch into the spiritual. I can talk about it on a spiritual sense, but if I want to say anything specific, I do feel like we need to be careful. Even though America is the land of the free, right? It's supposed to be the land of the free. You have free speech. Um, like I said, I am old enough, guys. I know a lot of you are younger. I even have folks in their 20s, 30s, definitely. My biggest group is actually 30s, and then it peaks, I think, in the 50s, and then there's still like 60s and so on. But I have never seen what is happening now. If you're young, you don't quite know how strange things are. None of this have I ever seen from any other, in the political arena. None of what's happening I've seen before. So I do, my heart hurts when, yeah, okay, you're interested. Seed of David. All right. I'm just going to share. Okay. And sacred. Okay. That's 3. And sure. Okay. Yeah, I have some videos actually. I have a couple just on my page, my homepage, Google, working with the ancestors. That was a very good one. I maybe only have one. I also do list a sister who I'm not in touch with her as much now. She's way deep into African shamanism. And I have 2 videos on her. And she does teach. She's out in California. Last I heard, she'd gotten some land. God bless her. Don't we all want a piece of land? I'm completely serious. I would love a piece of land. And she trains in, I forget which particular tradition in Africa. But African religions would fall under shamanism. Shamanism is a word, the word itself is taken from the kind of the Siberian steppes, like a particular area. And that the word, but basically what shamanism is pre the major religions. It's early, working directly with spirits, the ancestors, when our people and all people live closer to the land. So you have shamanism in every single culture. See, now I'm feeling like I'm on something that I do want to speak about. Every single culture, the religion was shamanic, meaning like I grew up, I'm old enough. Again, let me know if this is you, where the person would be like in blackface or whatever, and they'd have a bone in their nose, and they were like the witch doctor, and they were like cooking people in a pot. It was crazy. It was extreme. It was like, it was horrible. It was horrific, right? And it was always somebody who was brown skinned, right? Um, and so what I'm saying is it was just like, because it wasn't, the major religion. So the shamanistic heritage of, whether it's Ireland, when you hear pagan, it's they were tuned into the land that they were on, that their ancestors were on. They saw, just like Native Americans, there's a lot of commonalities, guys, between Native American, African, South American, because you were dealing with the land, the animals of that region, the weather, the birds might represent something. They could literally commune with the animals. Like it's for real. Not everybody can, and so it's something that's very much made fun of. And especially also, of course, especially if it's any African shamanism specifically, but all of the world, wherever your peoples are from, pre I would say, pre-Christianity, pre the organized religions. I'm going way, way back, right? There were religions that predated. Some people say a lot of them were, which is where the divine feminine comes from, always included a feminine. Like if there was a male, or even God himself, itself, there was always a feminine aspect. It was never just like male. So I'm kind of putting a lot of things together, but anyway, check out Glo Antonomo. She has nothing to do with that. Oh, you're 23. Okay. I know. It's the chakras. And so I'm still, part of it was I was trying to figure out how to freshen what else I want to say, because those are still totally valid. And they bring in a lot of people. So I'm glad you love them. I'm glad you love them. And a lot of the Divine Feminine videos, you guys, during 2020, which feels far away now, during COVID, it helped a lot of people, just like in terms of feeling better about themselves and their self-love. And I've told this story before. A young woman came up to me in my town, my small town in the US, and she recognized me. And I was like, on YouTube, YouTube is like scattered, right? And this was a coffee shop in my town, and something I said, and she goes, "Are you on YouTube?" And I was like, yeah, how do you, I was like, yeah, how does she know that? Not thinking she would have seen me. She's like, wait, I think. And then she goes, was it like Divine Feminine? I'm like, oh my God, yes. I'm like, that's me. It was so funny, you guys. And she said to me, your videos got me through COVID. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, the divine feminine one, she goes, they just got me through the whole COVID. And I was like, wow. So you just never know. You just never know. I was really touched by that. Cause like I said, you think of YouTube, you're like, it's all over, right? So it's California watching me. It's new. This was like a tiny town. The barista's like, wait a minute. You look familiar. All right, let me pull. Let me shut up and pull now all right. No, I'm just going to call you no. All right, let's see. Let's see what comes up. And I will have to read the book because this is a new deck. It's like a little travel deck I got. You guys see how tiny the cards are? I don't know if you can tell. Let me show you. This is like the full size. Yeah, you can see it here. This is a full size card, and this is the little travel deck I got so that I can still do readings while I travel. So what does Know Before You Go need to know at this time? Whoa. Panther. I'm gonna say damn. Hope YouTube doesn't like ban me. That is beautiful. And also as an artist, I love like the drawings. It's very like you can kind of see the pencil work, the ink work. Okay, so this is for Know Before You Go, but I'm going to tell all of you who are here, seriously, and those of you who watch, there's often a message in the cards, like I'm like, oh, I'm pulling for this person. Very often there'll be a message for you. So let me get, guys, where did I put the book? It comes with this little booklet, this thick little booklet, and because it's new to me, I do not have, I mean, I can tell you my intuition on it. Um, where did I might have put this by my bedstand. Panther, I mean, I first of all, I get a very much of a night feeling here, but I get a lot of strength, a lot of ability to protect oneself, know before you go. Let me know if you're needing. This is just my intuitive sense. Hold on, let me see if I have the, oh, silly. I have the book. The book was actually propping up my computer, so it wasn't, so see, the computer's lopsided. Hold on. I'm going to give you the, I'm going to give you the meaning according to the artist right now. Okay, so it comes with this little book, you guys. And don't be scared. I know it's kind of an intense eye. It's like a dragon's eye because she has like mythical animals as well. So you got Panther, know before you go, and I believe that's in the earth. She divides them into water, earth, fire, into the elements. Hold on, no, it is fire. Panther is fire, so let me look it up and tell you what she says. So guys, I don't have my goddess decks. I don't have those with me because those are some big ass decks, okay? I couldn't get them in my luggage. So Panther, this is the message for all of you who are watching in some way. I believe that. Let's make it that it's relevant for you. Wow, annihilation of the unnecessary. Purging. Wow, okay, I'm gonna hold it up. Okay. So the cards in this deck, they're mostly black and white and they'll have a little color, right? So yeah, they're like ink drawings, ink pen. So it says, when in balance, and know before you go, I pull this upright for you, so it's balanced. You're brave and productive. When out of balance, it's self-destructive. To bring it into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. So, made better people. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. The Panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc with the ultimate intention of bringing us towards more fulfilling lives. So because this was pulled upright, it says that right now, focus on bravery and being productive in some way. Let me know if that resonates with you. No, let me know if that resonates with you. I don't pull this card very much, so it hasn't come up a lot for me. Okay. Let's see if we can get more detail on this. Are you guys resonating with that? Hey, welcome, Sacred. Wow. Okay, let's see what she says. And is that Donna? Hey, Donna. I just came in on Panther card. Yes. Yes. So, and I did pull it upright. So, no, she doesn't. She gives you a little paragraph. Like, look, I'll show you how tiny. Isn't that cute? And this was not very expensive. If you are interested in like shamanism and the natural world and all of that, then, check it out. This is the mini travel version of the deck, which is called the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. Let me actually put oh no, I can't because now the cover is holding up the computer. So all she says is when it's in balance, it's saying you are brave and productive if you have this character. So right now, I would say, okay, focus in on being brave and maybe tackling something difficult. That's what I'm getting though before you go. And actually, did I pull for you recently? Let me know. Let me know because let me know no. Because I think something you said again, and the girl I was recommending to you says the same thing, Witch and Scythe. I don't remember every reading, right? If I read for somebody and it's this whole complicated thing and I channel it and then I let it go, I'll remember some of it if I see them again, but I don't remember like, oh, and then this, and I can't, right? So they say, not feeling so productive at the moment. So that's interesting though, because the card was pulled upright. So I'm going to say you really have that potential within you. It's a very powerful animal, right? Obviously, Panther. And I just get power. So she says brave. So what is it? You said, yeah, you're not feeling productive. So what is holding you back? So what I'm going to do, all right, let me get another deck, guys. So while I'm traveling, I know, right? I'm talking about getting and then I got this. I saw this one and it called to me because it is shamanism cards. So I like the message, you guys. I may ditch the box because again, the cards are smaller, but look at this again, big ass box, right? Like, look at the size of that. So I don't know if I can really travel with this. So this is still for all of us. There's something about this energy we're being told for all of you that are watching or do watch this. And I just got chills as I said that. There's some need for you to act in a brave manner, in a bold manner, I'm going to say. She doesn't say bold, but brave. A panther is not fearful, right? A panther is stealthy. It moves with precision, it moves with clarity, and it's really seeing all, but it's definitely not about fear. It's not about, and it's very focused. That's what I'm getting. So no, share a little bit more. Like, so what is going on? And I'm going to pull a card for you from this deck, from the crystal. So it's the Crystal Medicine Oracle. I will pull from there. Just trying to find out more about what could be the message for all that are watching, but specifically for this individual. Okay, one card wants to come up and it's round. So let me oh my gosh, guys, you can't make this up. Look at the card that I pulled. Personal power. What was I? Look at this. And what was I talking about? Right? I was like, the meaning, the literal meaning in the deck is like brave, be brave and productive. And then I was saying how a panther is a strong animal. It's stealth. There's a wisdom. There's a a clarity in its movement. It's also very sensual, I feel like. And when I asked for more, I got personal power. Now they have a bear here, but this card, I know this card. I've pulled this before, and this is saying you need to tap into your personal power. And that's what I feel. Even from your comment, I felt a sense of like a downward energy. So no, yeah. You need to tap into your personal power. The one thing I do not like about this deck, guys, and why I don't know if I'd recommend it. I think it's from an Australian woman, and I love everything about it except, and so she's talking about tuning into a power animal. Okay, see, that's amazing because the deck doesn't know that I had just pulled from an animal deck, right? So you got Panther. You might want to find an image of a panther or research panthers, okay? That's kind of how shamanism can work within you. That's like a easier level. But what I don't like about this deck is she gives crystals, you guys, that are not easy to get, that are not like, I see, I'm like, what? So crystal tile? She doesn't give more common crystals to work with. And let me read from the book for you. Again, this is still for know before you go, but what I'm saying is there's always a resonance for the whole group. If you're here watching me, there's a reason. All of us now need to tap into our personal power. And the suggestion is to consider working with a power animal. You've attracted this card into your awareness. Let me hold it up so I'm like looking more up at you guys. All right. And I got it off to the side. You've attracted this card into your awareness as you are currently shifting your personal power to a whole new level. You are now you're shifting your personal power because that's what I feel like. I mean, I'm being serious. I do feel like the energy is lower than it should be within us. So I don't know the men, women, non-binary who are watching me. How are you feeling energy-wise? Because I am feeling like this is a message. A panther is a beautiful, powerful animal that moves with precision and stealth and clarity, right? It doesn't fuck around. This isn't like a kitty cat. This isn't our domesticated cat. So I'm getting, for those of you watching this, and now I'm really feeling like, yeah, I'm hitting my stride with this because, as I said, I wanted to do more shamanic videos. What I'm channeling for you guys is that, yeah, you're not tapped into your personal power. And so when you have what's called an animal ally or a spirit animal, it's that you can take the creator, right? created all of these different creatures. And so they each have their strength. And so you can literally, and this is actually getting, and I'm not Native American, I'm not trying to, claim anything from them. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. But that's how they were working with. You study and see the animal and the energy of the animal, and it can teach us, even as humans, with our own brilliance and our own our own brain that we have as humans, but we can learn from animals. So I'm getting, for all of you watching this now and in the replay, there's a need to step into your personal power. So she goes on to say that it's time to connect deeply with the strength and courage of who you are, to step up and step out into this world to be the best version of yourself possible. And like I said, I feel like this is kind of a masculine energy, I would call it. And as men, women, I don't know, I'm not going to speak to non-binary because I don't want to offend anybody. But I believe we are made of both masculine and feminine, and we have that in different levels. Okay, so this feels like a very, what I would call a masculine energy, but men and women and all of us have a certain amount of that energy within us. Okay. This card, due to the range of different fears we experience in life, at times we can hold ourselves back. So know before you go, and some of you watching, ask yourself, what are you holding yourself back from? This card has shown up today to ask you to feel the fear and do it anyway. Guys, okay, now we are getting shamanic. Okay, just today, I took a yoga class with a new friend that I've met here in the UK. She was teaching, and we literally said those words to each other because I think she thought I was fearful about something. Now, guys, I'm in my 60s. So it was something, I may not go into it, but there was something, I was in a space and I saw something that I thought was dangerous. And she was like, oh, she was quite young. She was like, oh, yeah, I wouldn't worry about that at all. But a recent incident, many people had died because of what I saw, that the potential for. And so I was just a little bit on guard because I know people had died in an incident recently, and this young woman didn't know about it. And so now that was maybe 2 weeks ago. So her and I were speaking today. We were in her car, and I said to her, I said, I know you think that I have a lot of fears, and I do. But I said to her, you don't know how many women, and this is for all of you watching, I see the numbers going up. I said, you don't know how many women have said to me, these are women, you guys, who have more money than me, have their home, are settled, and they're like, you're so brave, Viv. If they say my name, but they're like, you're so brave. I couldn't do what you're doing, meaning just traveling around solo and going to new countries. And they're women in my age group, and they're like, I couldn't do it. And I'm like, you have so much money. I mean, you could just go to a hotel. Just, you have so much means. And so I said this to this young woman who I think she does kind of see me as a mentor, because I have been in the spiritual life for longer, but just because I'm older, I'm in a different stage. And so she said to me, she listened to me and she said, yes, it's interesting. You have to feel the fear and do it anyway. And that's why I'm saying we just came full circle. Had the conversation with this young woman. We said this, and then here, what I pull for you is feel the fear and do it anyway. And that's what I said to her. I says, yeah, I am very scared, but it doesn't stop me from doing things. And so that's my message to you. Yes, Salima, but this is your reading, my love. I'm going to be very honest with you. You can get a reading, but what I'm speaking about now is part of what you're here to hear. Um, what you might have missed is the Panther card was drawn. Okay. I've talked about it. You can go back if you want to. And then I pulled for more information and I got this personal power card, and that the person, it always has a message, needs a person to tap into their personal power and a power animal. So go before you go. I would say for you, a power animal now could very well be Panther. It's a strong masculine energy that is, I would say, confronts fear. So let me read your comments now. I was on a roll. That felt really good because that felt what was supposed to come through. I think a lot of you watching me and who watch my channel, I can feel it. I feel like fear is holding a lot of you back. And I think that's what Spirit wanted me to bring through today. And so this young woman saying to me, yes, you feel the fear. You feel fear, but you do it anyway. And she goes, that's what real courage is. And that's true. Courage, and you've heard this, courage isn't when you're not afraid at all, because not having any fear can be a real problem, can be a mental illness. I won't name the different types. So it's not that you're supposed to not have any fear, but that you are aware of fear, but you are able to act, of course. And again, spirit is never telling you to do anything harmful to yourself or others. That goes without saying. So let me read your comments right now. So no, before you go, I'm going to read what they say. And thank you guys for being here. Let's see. So no says, first said they were not feeling productive at the moment, but then they said, was super focused on building in 2025, but a bit burnt out at the moment. I need to refocus. Okay. If you are burnt out, that's okay. Thank you for sharing that with me. If you're burnt out, then don't push. Now you got this card. So this card again, I want to be sure you're interpreting it right and that we're getting it right for you. It says be brave. So also with the productive. So my sense is there's a step you need to take, that it may not be so much about pushing, like you're saying, super focused on building. If you're burnt out, but it's more about taking a step that I'm feeling like it's not a step that's going to require a lot from you physically, but it may require a sense of personal power, if that makes sense. So as I said, again, all of you watching, this message is for you. It's not just for one person. That's how when I do my readings, I intend. Okay. So let me put that back. I'm going to move on and I'm going to read some more of the comments. Rebecca says, hey, thank you for commenting. Wow, seeing the bear struck me. My mother just died of addiction and health complications. And her late in life favorite nickname was Mama Bear. And I had just given her a bear holiday card and ornament. Wow. Rebecca, yeah, I am sorry for your loss. And it seems like, yeah, again, there's a reason each of you are here. It might be a slightly different message, but yes. So, Rebecca, can you tap into your personal power? Maybe that was a sense of communion from her. Notice this eagle up in the sky. Eagle is said to always be connected to spirit because eagle, it's like it's spirit. It's not as much earth. I would say definitely has fire element too, but spirit because it flies so high in many traditions is considered really like connecting with God. And it also has incredible vision. But maybe that was a communication with her, from her, for you. Yeah. Also, what I did want to say, my mother also had addiction issues. Yeah. Yep. So her favorite nickname was Mama Bear. Yeah. It's very hard losing our mother. Wow, the shifting of personal power is on point. Good. Tell me more. How do you mean the shifting of personal power? There are many. So right now, to tie it back into what's happening in the greater world, I think there is actually a stealing, a thieving. Wow. Okay, I am starting to channel because that word, that's not even a real word, thieving, but there are those who are wanting to claim our personal power. Whatever race you are, whatever gender, the current climate is trying to have us feel disempowered, also having us be angry with each other, having us, it's sort of rage baiting. I'm also, and I never say that phrase, but I'm getting rage baiting because when you keep a populace, and I'm seeing people like in the streets, and when you keep people really angry and agitated, they lose touch with their higher selves. So that was a message. Okay. So I've cleared the deck. I'm going to do one more because, again, this is for all of you. This is what I'm getting. Yes. Confronting a fear right now. Yeah. I mean, my readings, sometimes I doubt myself, but they are always spot on. Even these little ones where this is where I doubt myself because it's like I can't see the person. And for me, seeing the person, I really get a sense of their energy. But yeah, even these little mini readings, it's just spot on. I think I've had people say twice they didn't resonate or they didn't understand it. And I was like, You don't want to, you're not able to or ready to understand it. So in all the times that that was not me, in all the times I've done this, it's literally been 2 times that people were like, oh, I don't know. I have to think about that. So let's see. There was one other ask for, so Salima, we're going to pull for Salima and any others that this is going to be a message for. Okay. And Rebecca, notice in the chat, check in the chat, you're getting condolences and yeah, you guys, that is so nice. Losing our mother, I just, that's that female energy and the issues we had with her, her love, how she showed her love, and now her loss, I think can be very difficult. So Rebecca, do some healing around that. All right. So now I'm going to pull for this other collective, which I'm going to say Salima represents. So Salima, I'm going to pull from the Animal Oracle deck. Okay. It gives sort of a very simple message and then usually like 2 or 3 words, depending if your card is upright or reverse. So this is for Salima. I'm getting, okay, I'm going to shuffle some more. And the collective that is represented along with her. There'll be a message for all of us here. Wow, you guys, I feel like I might be dropping into a way where I can do these readings. I know it's like I said, I have ADD, but I like doing this way. And what I've never really done much before, and those of you who watch me know, like Donna knows, is I've said this a few times, but I like it. So when I pull the card, I like this maybe more than my You Choose, which I pre-record, because this way I feel I can sort of channel a little bit. And again, that the message isn't just for the person who asked. That's what Spirit is saying to me, like that message with Panther. Okay. And I am getting Black Panther for someone, like that matters. Black Panther, right? I don't know if panthers are always black. I think the same animal is called a jaguar and it can be brown. But anyway, for someone it's Black Panther also, but definitely night stealth power. So it's not just for one person. So this is not just for one person, but this is for the collective that is also with Salima. And I'm going to bring it straight up to the camera. Guys, I had to do like a little tune into a chakra. Okay. Oh, Otter is this very feminine energy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. So I pulled it upside down. All right. So look at how sweet this is. Isn't this sweet, you guys? I love this. As an artist, just the drawing, the hand-drawn quality, and you can see it's like ink. It's like ink pen, and then she puts a little bit of color. So Otter, interestingly, is giving us a feminine message. I love this. I love this. I'm actually really happy that I'm doing this and that I came live. That Panther, and again, I was like, Panther's masculine, and then pull this. So Otter is, think of what an otter, like all of you go back now and just think of, and Panther was fire, you guys. Water, of course, water. This, look at the symbol, right? So she has a symbol for it. It's very feminine. Otter, if you watch them, like literally click and just watch a minute video on otter. They're playful. I saw one recently of the mama otter, like the little baby. She was like, she put the baby like to lay on her and she's just floating on her back. Like otters are they're sensual and it's a water quality and they're playful. I love that. I love that for you, Salema. Okay, so let me find, I got to go through all the other water. Like I said, this is a fairly new deck to me. And I'd ordered travel size decks so that I could do readings while being out of a suitcase. Okay, this is Otter. Are you ready? And again, this is for the collective. So see if this fits you. Let me take my glasses off because I got to bring this closer. So the title first is Unobstructed Joy, Playfulness, Contentment. Like I said, it's this feminine, it's like this sweet, flowing, soft. And I'm saying that men have that. They can tap into it. Women have that. But it's more shown more typically in the feminine. Perhaps the most joyful creature within the animal spirit deck. The otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is the playfulness of a child available to us at any age. So, yes, so I'm getting that you need more play in your life, more joy. Salama, talk back to me. So if I do a reading for you, I get mad if the person leaves before I do the reading and they don't say anything. So let me know that you're here before I go on. Let me know that you're still here. But what I'm seeing for the collective, for you guys watching me, is this duality of this sort of masculine and feminine energy, right? This is very powerful in Panther, and this soft, playful, receptive, sensual. Both are sensual in different ways. So Otter, is she here? All right, well, I'm going to read it for all of us that are still here. When in balance, and I did pull it upside down, so I'll tell you the balance, but it came up imbalanced. So it's imbalanced in the collective right now for some of you. When it's in balance, it means full of love and needs nothing. Like I said, that video that came to my mind, it's a very nurturing energy. It's just playful. It's just like, I have everything. Like, I don't need more because I'm full, right? My cup is full. It's a very almost like the archetype of the mother who can just feed from her body because she is so well nourished. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So that is it upright, but for you, for Salama, it came up as upside down. So went out of balance, and I'll share what she says. Gloomy, sighs, makes silly excuses. Okay. Gloomy. Look at because it's blue and then black around the otter upright, but you see that blue representing the water. To bring it into balance, what do you need? What does this collective need? A dance party or a celebration? I'm also, Spirit is telling me a lot of you who watch me, you need to tap more into dance. You need to tap more into movement. And I'm saying that for me as well. It's been very healing for me to move my body. We are all too in our devices. Okay, we're all like this. This is how we are. You don't think you are, but you're like this. You're just curved over. You're closing down your heart. You're closing the front of your body. You're closing out other beings. And we are being seduced into an artificial world. Okay. This is very, very important. So let me see if she's here. She's a Scorpio. Okay. Which is a water sign. Okay. So yeah. Do you feel like you're tapped into your joy? Because this is what this is saying for you, and you can easily do it. You could literally put on some music. I put this, they were called Kukua African dance. I think she might have changed the name, but Kukua African dance, any sort of joyful dance. It could be belly dancing. It could be different types of African dance because each country, each region is different types of dances, honestly. When I was in New York, I started to take some African dance. I've also studied ballet and modern, a little bit modern. It was really, honestly, it was ballet and now more African dance. But check out Kukua African dance, you guys. Um, the mother is in her 60s and she is just amazing. And she's got her daughter and her stepdaughter. Watch her videos, watch her videos, watch her videos. They have a 5 minute that any of you could do. It's 5 minute. And I say that because she goes so fast. I would just start laughing. You'll start laughing. So to balance this otter energy, which I'm hearing in some of you in this collective, and me also, I need more play. And it's hard as an adult to play, right? Like, what does that even mean? Like, what do you mean play? What am I supposed to do? Go have a drink, right? When we as adults, it's sex or alcohol. Like, what is play for an adult? The closest is dancing, right? Is think about every culture. There's a wedding. What do people do? They dance, right? You dance. A wedding, it's so joyous, so everybody's happy. They dance. They dance in a group, or they dance individually. They dance one to one, right? Am I right? So she says, yes, I recently started the gym. So you need more. There's some sense you're not having enough play in your life. Or I'm also, the word contentment is jumping out at me. So I'll hold the book up for all of you to look at it. So this isn't just for her. Are you getting enough contentment? Are you feeling so this could be I'm just pausing because let me pause. What I like Glo pauses in her videos sometimes because and I told you she has ADD and she'll just drink some water. She's like, let me just have some water. Um, Go and watch my video, Salema, about the two things that are needed for 2026. Because one of them is gratitude. Spirit was like, there needs to be more gratitude. So here with Otter, when Otter is reversed, Otter is upside down. There not might not be enough playfulness, but also contentment, because that's what I'm saying. It's a watch a video of, and that might be your power animal. That might be your power animal, is what I'm getting, because you'll take in that quality of, and their little bodies, they're very long, and their body is very sort of flexible, and there's playfulness, and they're diving and they're coming up, and they're just the whole relationship, the family relationship is very, very sweet, very different than actually than Panther, which I'm sure Mama Panther is pretty fierce also in terms of taking care of her kids. But yeah, so wonderful. And I do think it's great that you started the gym. Let me go read some comments, put some comments in. I've been live for an hour. I think those are the two messages that feels complete to me. We pulled Panther. Let me see if I can find it back out of the deck. There was a definite yin yang, right? Yang you could think of as sort of the traditional masculine qualities that we all have in different degrees, right? Not everybody is equally like bold or loud or strong or, and there are the feminine qualities, and we all have them in a blend. Wow, that Panther card is hidden far in the deck. Ah, it came up, it came up. So yeah, maybe I will share a little bit more on shamanism. I don't want to lose everybody, so I'll make every third video a little bit on shamanism, and we'll see. But again, for me, you guys, this felt like that. I was able to channel some stuff, like I said, about fear. So this is what we got. These are these two energies, right? One, as you can see, right, is just very fierce. And one is also Otter, I think, is very curious. There's a sense of openness, this whole area. In Otter, it's just very open, right? It stands up like this. We've all seen this. Like weasel is similar. They stand up on their hind legs. So there's also that openness through the front of the body, which is the receptive part of the body. The front of your body is the more vulnerable. The back is your more protected area. So I know that may sound strange. You're like, oh, it's behind me, but the back of your body is your tougher part. This is the softer, more vulnerable part of your body. So those are kind of the energies that are going around. So if you have any comments before I go, definitely, please give the video a thumbs up. Do that right now. I'm going to follow Stephanie Perry and just wait. Thank you. Okay, so let's see your comments. Let's see. Donna says, was this one I read before? No, just told my friend on the way home that I need to draw or paint or something and move this energy around in a different way. If you feel that, then yeah, don't ignore it, Donna. Don't ignore it. Um, feel, is it draw? Is it paint? Maybe get yourself a little set, right? And it's so cheap. You could get watercolors. You could get acrylic. Don't get oil paints. Can I just tell you, don't get oil paints. Or you could get like pastel sticks. There's a lot of different art materials you can get. I'm almost feeling like you'd want to kind of keep it a little contained or neat. Donna, tell me if I'm wrong there. That's why I'm sort of suggesting some of the things I am that you can do in a small space, okay? Pastel pencils, you can get like sort of chalk. There are many different like You could get colored pencils, but I'm feeling something a little freer for you. Pastel pencils are almost like crayons, but they're softer and you can blend them. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting for you. Yeah, and Salima was talking about, yeah, she's a water sign. I did not know Scorpio was a water sign. I didn't know that. I follow Vedic astrology, which is literally where the stars are in the sky at the moment. It's different than the Western astrology. Who else? Yeah, give me some comments, guys, before I go. Was this helpful? Was this interesting? And like I said, I feel like those two energies, Panther, tapping into your masculine, a fearlessness, and the message spirit wanted me to get across is feel the fear and do it anyway. I'm really feeling like there's a collective almost withdrawal, which I understand, again, given the sort of the public energies. But I think spirit today was like, you need to tap, yeah, tap, and we got that tap into our personal power. Excuse me. Let's see what Donna says. Yes. Okay. I'll jump down to Donna, then I'll go up to No before you go. Donna says that you have watercolors. So Donna, are you not using them then? Because you were like, or maybe you were just saying, oh, you need to. Okay, but you already have it. See, guys, I mean, I'm tuned in. I didn't know she had watercolors. I was just like, I'm getting I know I said that. Did I just say that? I said watercolors, right? I said watercolors and I said also pastels. Pastels are kind of free, and that's what I was getting for you. It's kind of free. Oh, and the paintbrush markers. Yeah, with the tip. Yeah, the tip kind of like it bends a little bit. Yeah. I'm getting watercolors just to give that freedom. Okay, that's wonderful. All right, next time you come on here, I'm going to be like, did you play around and be creative, unleash your creative self? Now let's see. No, before you go, says, thank you, Viv. Haven't been on YouTube for a short minute. Yeah. Oh, you are welcome. Yes, Panther for you. Very powerful. And guys, you know what? Yeah, you just need to use that. You don't know, you guys. I have seen. Okay, don't leave yet. Stick around. But I have so many people. You have your art materials, okay? You have your art materials, they're tucked in a drawer, they're stored away, you don't have time. Yeah, we do that a lot. You guys come for a reading. Let me the easiest way for the ADD, the spiritual ADD person that I am, just do assistant. This is the easiest way, and then I'll send you the link. Assistant at in the flow of magic. Um, yeah, they're pretty reasonable. They're not dirt cheap, but of course you get maybe around 9 cards and we have a whole discussion. All right. I think some of you need to actually come for a reading and dive more deep into what's holding you back. So just hit me up at assistant at intheflowofmagic.com, which is my website. The .com is my website. And I'm going to be doing more spirit animal readings, incorporating that, though that might be a separate reading because that's a little more challenging. I literally go into not a trance, but I do a shamanic journey. Okay. Um, I've done this for friends, but I've been toying with it and we'll see, if you guys like it. Um, but I go into like a shamanic trance state and see it's to get like a power animal for you and bring that animal back in terms of like you tuning into the energy, and then that's you can work with that particular ally. Okay, it's a spirit animal or animal ally. So that is something I would like to offer. So hit me up at assistant at In the Flow of Magic, and I will come up with a link for that one or the one that I already have a link for, which is more a tarot, and we can mix in the spirit animal and the crystal in this round deck here. Right? Intention is one of the cards that just came up. I do like it. As I said, though, it gives these random crystals that I'm like, that must be in Australia because we don't have that here. Couldn't you just do a rose quartz? Okay. So Yeah, that's always how to get in touch with me. And let me just be sure I didn't miss anything. All right. And lastly, yes, if you are a woman, it is open to the channel. It's going to be sort of a more general channel. I'm the new channel I'm talking about called A Quiet Broad Abroad. If you just put like the @ sign and do Quiet Broad Abroad, please only subscribe. I'm growing. I mean, I literally started it 6 days ago and I've got 21 subscribers. Only subscribe if you are interested in those videos. Otherwise, it hurts the channel. I don't know if you guys know that. Most of you wouldn't. You wouldn't know that, right? Unless you're a YouTuber. Okay. Unless you're a YouTuber, whoops. Okay, that was an older one. Yeah. Unless you're a YouTuber, you wouldn't know that. So only subscribe to it if you're interested in either slow travel, you might be interested in moving abroad, or house sitting. I'm also going to put all that on that channel, okay? Anything related to travel, I'm pretty much going to put it on this other channel so as not to hurt this channel, to hurt Yoga Bliss Dance and the spiritual topics, because YouTube gets confused and it won't show the videos because it's like, I don't know what your channel is about. Does that make sense? You guys with me? I know you get that. All right. So, and channel members, I will be talking more about manifestation. And I have a short video for you that I'll upload tomorrow. And I'm asking you what your goal is for this year. And then I'm going to make videos connected to that. So please, if you are not a channel member, if you're interested, become one. Through the month of January, I'm going to continue talking about manifestation. And I already have at least one video up for channel members that talks about that, how I've manifested on a budget, being abroad, and living my life the way I'd like to and want to through manifestation techniques. So again, yeah, consider becoming a channel member. I was doing, at the beginning of the month, I'll always do like a major video on a theme. And typically that's the promise. And then I'll have like videos during the week, or a handout, or audio also. Since I do meditations, it might be an audio. Or I might give you a video that's open to the public. I might give it without the commercials, because my videos, I don't put commercials in the middle of their meditations. I basically give the members a little something, okay, something for being a member. And so consider that if you love the channel. And I thank you for that support very much indeed. All right. So bye from the Quiet Broad Abroad, my other channel. And I just did a video over there talking about slow travel. So check it out if you're interested. Mwah. Love you guys. This was really nice to hang out. I'm really glad I came on live and I like this format. All right. I'm going to go take my B12 because I'm mostly vegan. So apparently you can be low in B12, and certainly with stress, you need to take your B vitamins. So I'm going to take my B vitamins and chill out for the rest of the evening. I love you guys. Thanks for being here, and give the video a thumbs up and keep watching the chakra videos. I have some older yoga videos. They're still perfectly valid. You can still yoga with them. Okay, nothing has changed in yoga. All right. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.